Hello and welcome to Bob Chat. My name is Joyce Matambo, and today we are in for a treat. Today I am so honored and so excited because I am sitting down with three beautiful, amazing eco angels. I know some of us, the only angels we're used to are the Victoria's Secret angels, but not today. Today we are talking to angels that are making an impact in their communities, for their country, and for our beautiful continent of Africa. So please do me a favor, share the video, and join us in the comment section in this conversation. So, hi, ladies, and welcome to Bubble Chat.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Awesome. I am so excited. This is an episode that I've been waiting for, and I've been tracking you guys down. And I know people had seen the flyer, seeing Miss Earth Zimbabwe, Miss Earth Ivory Coast, Miss Earth South Africa. So today we are so privileged, and thank you so much, ladies, for joining us and sparing us your time because I know you guys are busy right now with the competition. So I'm going to give you time to just introduce yourself. So maybe there's somebody out there who doesn't know you guys. So I'm going to start off with Miss South Africa. If you could just introduce yourself.
Good day to you all. My name is Lungo Katete, your Miss Earth South Africa. I'm 23 years old from Midrand in the Golden City of Johannesburg. I have a bachelor's degree in architectural studies and currently completing my honorary degree in architecture before I jet off to complete my master's degree. My advocacy for Miss Earth is waste stops with me. I believe the earth is what we all have in common, and it is time for us to raise our voices because waste stops with me. That is where my advocacy began by empowering future generations with the knowledge and tools needed to keep our country safe and clean, not only for ourselves, but for the generations to come.
Awesome. I love that beauty and brains. And I'll give this time to Miss Zimbabwe to introduce herself.
Holder of a degree, a Bachelor of Science, Geography and Environmental Studies. So I'm an environmentalist, so I do a lot of environmental stuff, but my advocacy is in the mining sector. I'm advocating for the reduction and, if possible, elimination of mercury in the artisanal small scale mining sector. Me being a girl from the Midlands province in Zimbabwe, I come from Gweru. It's a mining town and also a mining province, the Midlands province. I was inspired to make sure that as we recover from the COVID-19, we are doing a sustainable recovery by reducing the amount of mercury that is being exerted into the atmosphere, which is polluting our element of air, polluting our element of water, and basically just affecting our human health. So my advocacy is based on my passion for the mining. I'm also a mining and environmental consultant. I have a registered company here in Zimbabwe. So I'm really excited to be at Miss Earth because here is where I can get a bigger impact to empower people to have the knowledge about mining as well as the reduction of mercury, which is poisonous to the environment. Thank you.
Awesome. Mining. Oh, I love that. And I will give this time to Miss Ivory Coast.
Thank you. So, my name is Ayaka Jo. I'm 24 years old and I'm your eco angel from Ivory Coast. I'm a chemist engineer and I manage my own natural cosmetic company. I'm also working as a part time model. And my advocacy is about environmental education because I truly believe that everything starts with education. I want to raise awareness on the impact on the environment as well as the action we can take to improve and sustain it. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, ladies, thank you so much. From your bios, it sounds like you guys are not only beauties for a cause, but you're educated, you are entrepreneurs, you are the power packed women, and I am loving that. So thank you, ladies, for not only showing that you are just beautiful, glamorous women, but you are beauty with brains. Like our comments are saying, beauties with brains. So welcome. I know that somebody is watching who is like, yeah, I see that you guys are beauties for a cause. You're Miss Earth, but what is Miss Earth? Maybe it's the first time hearing this year that there's such a competition called Miss Earth. So can you please explain to me what is Miss Earth just itself in the cause, as well as what is it to you?
All
I
right,
think for
maybe I can
me, if
start.
I have to try to like describe it as fastly as I can, is basically it's almost an environmental empowerment kind of program. So it gives and provides women with a platform to make a difference. It is a way for you to reach a lot of people. For me, throughout my Miss Earth journey, I think one thing I've loved and appreciated is being able to engage with communities, being able to engage with people, educate them, and make a difference in the long run. I think that is what it is for me. As much as it is a beauty pageant, I think what I love about Miss Earth is it's solely about making a difference and making an impact in the environment and in the world at large.
Mhm. And what would you say it means to you, Aya?
Yes, so I totally agree with Miss South Africa about Miss Hers. I think it's a great way for us to make our voice heard because of its platform. So, I mean, it's not just an international competition, it's really to do good things. We are here for a cause and we all defend something that is that's matter for us.
Mhm. What about you, Miss Zimbabwe? Is there anything that stands out to you in regards to your competition?
Meet and is the platform definitely for someone like me as an environmentalist and also as someone who loves the arts. I love the arts and like I always tell people that you can't separate me from the arts. So I really love Miss S because they've managed to find that balance between pageantry and the arts and at the same time promoting environmental awareness. I love the fact that they are giving women an opportunity to air out their views, an opportunity to take up space when it comes to environmental issues. Like a lot of these issues are leadership programs, and most of them are taken up by men. So it is now a chance to empower women. So I really appreciate the efforts done by Miss S to ensure that women are involved in environmental issues. So Miss S to me is just a leadership program that is geared towards environmental awareness through young women like us from all over the world. At the same time, creating an awareness of the environmental causes that we have, like what my ecosisters have just mentioned.
That is awesome that uh, Africa is also being included in this. Because when I was looking at Miss Earth, I think it's been around for about 20 years now. But in those 20 years, I'm seeing African countries being represented more and more and more each year. I mean, this year alone, there's 12 countries in out of the 79 people that have out of the 79 delegates. So how does it feel for you not to only be representing your communities, because I know Lungo is like from Johannesburg. You're not only, representing that city that you're in, but you're representing your country and now on a global scale. So how does it feel for you as African women being put on such a platform, being able to represent your country? Aya, how does it feel for you as an African woman?
Well, I'm so happy that there is more and more African countries that can represent our continent because it's really important. I think representation is really important for the young women that we will have and to make it international, that we can show who we are and that everything is possible to make
Hmm.
them understand they can do it because for the past it was really complicated for African women to be in such a competition, and now we are more and more, and I'm so proud of it.
Like it's amazing being able to see that it the numbers is always increasing. Like 12, that's big because I remember maybe when it first started there was like maybe 3 or 4, but now 12 in just 2020, that is a big number. How is it feeling for you, Tina?
It's great. I mean, Africa, we are rising and we are growing. Yeah, in the past, there was less representation of Africa and the Miss Earth, and it's been improving by the years. And I'm so, so proud of our region, African region, because we are being represented more and more. It shows that we too, we matter as Africans, and we also have something to share with the world, even when it comes to these environmental issues. Because when we look at some issues such as climate change, this climate change, it knows no political boundaries. It is something that affects
Hmm.
everyone from all corners of the world. So, us being represented, we can also share our own perspectives on what is happening on the ground. So, I'm really, really excited, especially for me as an environmentalist. I have a lot to share. I even had a difficult time me choosing an advocacy because I'm all for the environment, for everything. Though I had to narrow down to what's happening currently, which is COVID-19 and also recovering from COVID. But I'm really, really excited that we've been given this opportunity. We've been given a voice. We've been given something to live on to live in the world, to leave a mark. Because being a good environmentalist is leaving the world better than we found it. So us having this opportunity to represent our countries, representing our continent on a global level, it gives me great joy because me, I've always loved making an impact, and this is what I'm doing because my voice will be left somewhere, and it will make an impact to someone's life somewhere out there in the world.
Hmm. How would you say though your communities are receiving it? Because I know you guys to be able to be on this stage, there are things that are needed, sponsorship and things like that. So how would you say that your personal communities are receiving your causes? Yeah, yeah.
Yes, so I think they are very happy because for them it's also an occasion to be seen and to be heard, thanks to us. So I think they are very, very happy and supportive for this competition because it's not only a competition, it's a really social and human, and also a great way for our environment to change things. So I think everyone is really happy for this competition.
Are you finding any challenges when it comes to being able to share your causes within the community, within your countries?
Well, that's true that right now it's not really easy because of the COVID-19. I mean, we cannot really be in contact with people. So now I'm more using the social network to share my message and what I want to do because it's really hard, for example, to go to schools and talk to children. So that's true that right now it's not easy, but I'm trying to do my best to share my message with my community.
Mhm. How about you, Tina? Are you finding any challenges at all reaching your community to share your cause? Are you finding any difficulties?
Um, for me, I would say my community where I come from Gweru, right? As third largest city in Zimbabwe. My community from where I come from, they are really supportive. They're happy to have one of them representing the country at a global scale. And as for my cause, I'm always screaming about the environment. For me, it's quite like I'm always preaching about environment to everyone, from the tiniest little thing to pick up litter to practice recycling to planting trees. So they are really happy that we're taking this to great heights and they are supporting me in every way they can. The only limitation during this time is the COVID-19 pandemic, which has limited the movements and a lot of maybe sponsorship that could have assisted. but in terms of support, they are really supporting me, and they have my back, and they are really happy. Even at a national level, they are really happy that we have a representation at Miss Earth, and our voice is also being heard in the world.
That is awesome. Lungo, what would you say are the pros and cons about being Miss Earth South Africa, or just being in the Miss Earth category?
I think for me, there's probably more pros than there are cons. I think what I've learned throughout this experience is there's so much growth that can happen and so much evolution that can take place. Going into
Mm-hmm.
the competition, I thought I knew everything I possibly could about the environment. And I thought I had learned it all in geography and in class and in biology. But I think as I started to engage with the communities and engage with different schools, there was so much more for me to learn. I think maybe the
Mm-hmm.
only con, in my opinion, is the fact that Miss Earth isn't a very well known pageant by a lot of other people within South Africa, I think specifically, because obviously,
Right.
they focus on the top kind of like competitions. So I think I just wish Miss Earth was given as much love and attention as other competitions, because what we strive for and what we're trying to do really is beautiful. And I think the fact that we're
Mm-hmm.
able to reach so many people is a blessing and something that we should value and enjoy.
Yeah, that is awesome. I think also because most of us are only seeing that there is Miss Universe, Miss World, but very rarely do we hear about Miss Earth. Personally, I was hearing Miss Earth this year. So I was wondering, why is it that your competition, Miss Earth, is not given that representation? So what can we do as Africans, to be able to share that voice of Miss Earth? What can we do to broadcast Miss Earth more than we would Miss Universe? What would you say?
I think right now, with everything going on with the pandemic and everything having to be virtual and online, I think we are creating a lot more awareness, because I think with the virtual competition and everyone sharing each categories and the pictures, I think that is making people aware that there is a very beautiful pageant that strives for something strong and strives for something we all should. So I think the pandemic has almost worked in our favor, because now we're able to reach a lot more people virtually than we would have had we traveled to the Philippines for the international competition.
Awesome. So, do you guys require any type of funding? Is it something anyone can just join in? Is there sponsorship? How does one enter a Miss Earth competition?
I'm sorry. Was the question what's how can we enter in the meters competition, right?
Yeah, I'm saying, how does a person know about it? Because in terms of right now, like I was saying, that Miss Earth is not as popular as the other beauty pageants that are like Miss Earth and Miss Universe. So how does one come to know about Miss Earth?
Well, I think when you are doing some Miss competitions, you heard about Miss Earth, and well, for me, it was a great opportunity because I think that it's an amazing competition because, as I said, it's not just about beauty, it's really about what we defend, and we are bringing so much for our community and also for the world and for our environment.
Hmm.
So as I said, Miss South Africa, right now everything is virtual, and we are sending a lot of photos. You can see a lot of live, and I think a lot of people are connected with us and can see what we are doing, and we are sharing our message through this virtual pageants.
Hmm. I was looking at the previous ones and noticed that most of you during this time you would have been in Manila, full gear on Miss Earth. But this time it is all virtual because of COVID. So, what would you say has been the biggest challenge with everything now being virtual and not having to be in person doing the thing that you would normally have done? So, how has COVID affected you guys?
Well, for me, it's not so easy because as everything is virtual, we have to do a lot of videos. So it's a lot of work and we need a lot of means. So I don't really have a team to do that. So for me, it's not so easy to do and to do well because I like when I'm doing something to do it well. But right now, I think it's a bit complicated and also each person in this competition have not the same means, so it's a bit unequal, I think. About, I don't know, for example, the video quality or the final video that we are doing. But I'm still really happy to do this competition because it's not just for our beauty. I'm here to share my message and to make my voice heard.
Hmm. How about you, Tina? How has COVID affected your pageant this year?
For me as a travel enthusiast, I've always dreamt to travel to Manila. I've always wanted to go there. So because of COVID-19, I was kind of like, you know, down. But as Miss South Africa has said, doing the pageant visually had a lot of pros than I thought because the pandemic allowed
Hmm.
awareness for Miss Earth. So
Right.
we happen to spread awareness for the Miss Earth as a pageant, and we also happen to reach a whole lot more people. So I can say it's a half, and also in terms of video quality and also in terms of Wi-Fi. Just yesterday, I had problems with my Wi-Fi on the internet route, so they're kind of these little details that really affect us. But hey, we are here also to spread our word and our love to the world. So we'll just concentrate and soldier on till we reach the finals and still spread our awareness even after that.
Hmm. I'm noticing that there is a lot of categories within Miss Earth. Oh boy, I did not realize the amount of work that goes into it. Because usually when you see it on TV, it's a few nights where you guys are dressed. You do your long gowns, you do your beauty face, you do your Earth talks. It's a lot. So having to send all those videos, I can only imagine the video qualities and the work that has to go into it. I see someone in our comments on Facebook who is saying, "What's the selection criteria for Miss Earth? How does one even compete with Miss Earth?" What would you say to that question?
Well, in each country, you can represent, I mean, your country by participating to Miss Earth. Well, there is a minimum size. I'm sorry for my English. I think I'm the only French speaker right here. So sometimes it's a bit hard for me, but I'm trying to do my best.
No, you're doing great.
Thank you. Well, I would say that it's like what we are doing now, but at the scale of your country. So you have to have projects on the environment. You have to educate people. You have to raise awareness, and I think it's the main goal of Miss Earth.
Hmm. I noticed, like, even in the comments earlier, somebody had asked a question based on what Tina was saying, that she is a passionate environmentalist. Someone was asking, what does it mean to be an environmentalist?
All right. For me, as an environmental, first of all, in high school, I've always loved to do geography. No one could stop me from doing geography. Even when we were doing A level, I had to select my combination at advanced level and had to take geography with me. I was doing arts, but I had to take geography with me. When I went to the university, my parents had another degree program for me, but I had to do geography and environmental studies. I was stubborn all along because of my love for nature and my love for environmentalism. Even when I won Miss Midland Show in 2018, the pageant was not even for anything environmental, but I had to take my twists to use that platform to spread environmental awareness. So
Hmm.
I have always passionate environmentalist. I educate. I'm also a trainer. I'm involved in leadership training, and when I do that, I always incorporate environmental awareness and training these younger generations to be environmental stewards, starting from where they are. So for me, environmentalism is my passion. We talk about wildlife, we're trying to find ways to make sure human wildlife conflict, in Zimbabwe, we have those elephants protruding into the
Mm.
habitat of us, or we have the lions or we have us coming into the habitats of the wildlife. So we need to find innovative solution. For me, as environmentalist, I also learned technologies that we can harness and use for environmental protection. We have the geographic information systems and the remote sensing technologies. So all that I have now spreading that and sharing with that to the world. So now coming from a community that is to mining, I was inspired to take now the mining part of it. But what it means to me, environmentalism is my life. I earn a living for protecting the environment. My company is called Multical Environmental and Mining Consulting. We are into environmental impact assessments,
Mm-hmm.
whereby we assess projects that have to do that have a potential to harm our environment, and we're also training our local communities to practice their household level environmental impact assessment, because really charity begins at home. For us to be able to protect our environment from degrading from this project, we have to have a heart of it at home. So that's me being an environmentalist, and that's the reason I am here. As you once said, Miss Earth is not a well-known pageant, but for me, I've always known it because it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
links what I have to do, my hobby that is pageantry, and also my passion. So I'm trying to find that balance because when you're
Yeah.
here, yeah, but definitely
I like
that's what
that.
it
It
means to
mixed
me.
your hobby and your passions, which is very
Yeah,
few things that we can do in the world. Some of us struggle even finding a career that's you're passionate about and still like. So it's always like, do I like this or do I just do it because just for the sake of doing it. So I like that
yeah,
it's mixing the two for you and you are able to enjoy the two. And I'm seeing that there's so many comments for you, Aya. Everyone is loving your French accent, so
Accent.
don't worry. So don't worry about your English. The French is good. As well as I'm seeing that from what you guys are saying, it's all about education. Miss Earth is something that has come out of what you are already doing. So how would you help in your communities? I'll ask this to Lungo. What are you doing in your community? What is your cause in your community that you are doing on the ground?
So, well, a lot of I think the projects I've been doing, I think I have been doing it throughout my Miss Earth journey, even before I was crowned. And so
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing I'm very passionate about kids. And for some reason, I feel like they are the leaders of tomorrow. And I think that's something that gives me so much joy. So I do a lot of
Mm-hmm.
school visits. And I think in the beginning, it was more like motivational talks. But then with my Miss Earth journey, I started to incorporate this idea of having a motivational speech or approach towards the environment and how we take care of the environment. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think I think with the future leaders of tomorrow, there's so much that they can learn. And it's just important to make sure that throughout this process, you are teaching them what is right and things or good values you want them to take forward. Um, there was this one time I visited the school, and after my talk, we did a talk and we did a cleanup and a tree planting. And this young girl came to me and she's like, I don't even need to eat lunch because after having you here, I feel so full and I feel so
Oh.
overwhelmed with love. And I think that's kind of what keeps me going. Seeing the impression that I make on them and seeing how happy I'm able to make them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what would you say, ladies, to the future Miss Earth? Maybe there's somebody who's watching who's a little girl, like with Lungo, you're seeing so many kids. What would you say to a future little Miss Earth who is seeing you ladies and who is so excited? What would you say to them?
I would say impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. We think it's impossible to salvage what is left of this planet, but I believe that the change starts with every decision we make in our daily lives. If you choose to live in a way that encourages motivates and allows us to enhance and not damage our beautiful planet, then in my eyes, you're already one step closer to achieving.
How about you, Aya? What would you say to a future little Miss Earth Ivory Coast who's watching and rooting for you?
Well, I would say that right now, sorry, I have to think about my word.
You have to teach us French. Maybe we have to do this in
Yes,
French.
it will be easier for me. Well, I wanted to say that right now, protecting our environment is not an option for the future generation, and I want all the little girls to be aware of this and to start right now to do the right things, the all daily simple actions they can do to make the environment better for herself, but also for everyone, because it's together that we can change things. And I think everything starts with it. We have to fight together for our environment because it's also for us.
Oh, that's awesome. How about you, Tina? What would you say to little Miss Earth Zimbabwe?
The future is female. Ladies, let us not dwell on the fact that we've been marginalized for so long. It's time to take up the space and make sure that we don't wait for power to be given to us. We need to take that power. You do not have to concentrate on fear, but rather you should concentrate on the faith that you can do it despite all odds. You know, in pageantry, it's a lot of competition, it's a lot of comparison, it's a lot of anything that can demotivate someone. But I really like to encourage young ladies out there to go for what they believe in, to go for what they
Mm.
want to do. Because if they love it, it's not by mistake that that passion was put in them by God. So they should just go for it and just make their own impact in the world and let nothing stop them.
Oh, that's awesome. I feel like I should join in now after all this. Where do I sign up? Please let me.
We'll send you the registration form.
Definitely. I want to focus on a little bit
That's
on
very true.
I want to focus in a little bit on Miss Earth because, like I said earlier, that there is a lot of work that you're putting in. So, how are you guys juggling it all? Because I think maybe this year would have been a year that you had to prepare more because now you have to send content, you have to send your videos, you have to do your outfits and get everything ready. So, how are you juggling this now that it's all virtual? How are you managing it? Lungo. I'll ask Tino. Tino, how are you juggling it? Because there is a lot of categories and a lot of videos to be sent. So how are you managing it all?
You said it right, Joyce. This is a lot of work and it's a lot of pressure for me. To be honest, it's been difficult, honestly, because I really didn't have a team in place. So I had to start looking for a team and start looking for outfits and for designers. It's been a lot of work and it's been a lot of expenses. And for me personally, I live in Guero, but I had to travel to Harare where my national
Mm.
director is. So I'm away from work and it's been a lot juggling, but it has been a learning process. It has taught me how to build relations with people, how to create long-lasting relationships, sponsorships. So I really managed to get some sponsorships, but you know the struggle is real. But we're still pushing.
You're the second person. I know Aya had said it earlier that she has no team. So what does a Miss Earth team look like to you guys? What do you need in your team? Maybe there's someone out there who's watching who's like, I want to be part of your team. So what does a Miss Earth team look like?
Well, I think when you are a
Mm,
team, it's like photographer, you can have videographer, and then it's easier to find designer for your dress and everything. Right now, I have nothing. I just have friends that save my life. They are helping me for filming and for the photo and everything. And They support me every day, even if it's not easy, because it's not really what I wanted. And I'm also doing some stuff by myself as my national costume. So I'm trying to do my best in this competition, even if it's not easy every day, but at least I'm trying, and I'm really happy to be here.
Lungo, who is behind you? What does your team look like? I will come back to Lungo when she comes back. But yeah, I'm seeing that, because COVID just sort of happened for all of us, right? So I'm glad that Aya has some friends to the rescue that are coming to help you out with the video, because there is a lot. I was looking at your gowns, which I might have to personally raid your closets for or talk to your designers, because your gown segment was beautiful. Aya, your dress was gorgeous. Tino, your dress was amazing. So how do you guys prep for a Miss Earth pageant? Because you are also having full-time jobs. So this is a passion for you guys, but it's not your full-time job. So how do you prepare, and how are you juggling the two?
Well, in my case, I'm an entrepreneur, so I can make my own agenda. So it's easier for me to do the videos in the same time that I'm working, because I can do what I want when I want. So it's helped me a lot. If it was not the case, I don't really know how I can manage that. So I'm so grateful that I can do that, because it's helped me a lot in this competition.
Hmm. Do you know, how are you managing? Because you have your consultant agency, and you are doing Miss Earth. So how are you managing sending the videos, making sure the videos were there on time, and still dealing with work?
for a while, to lock the office for a while, and I just left someone in the office to do the work for me. And I'm currently out of town at Harare doing Miss Ed. So currently I'm close, so I'm in Harare concentrating on Miss Ed. So the journey has been difficult, but hey, I just pay up some time, but
Hmm.
that's how it is.
It's the sacrifice, right? Sacrifice for the cause.
It's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. Yes.
And I did see on the comments saying, what are Miss Zimbabwe's needs? So, what do you need? Somebody's asking specifically for you. So, what are your needs to know? You've been given a blank
Okay.
check.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. First of all, for Miss F, for we need videography, photographers. We need hair, makeup, stylists. We need just a lot of designers, different designers. I'm thankful to one of my friends, Tawanda Sarichia, have been making my dresses and my costumes. So I'll be grateful to have more of those and more people behind me, to have more makeup artists, to have more stylists, so that we can show diversity to the world, because people have different talents and a lot of things to offer.
Hmm.
So I need that, and also especially the media crew. I need a media crew that is like stable behind my back, because um, maybe the ones I've been working with, sometimes they will be busy, and with my schedule and deadlines, maybe it won't match. So if there are photographers and videographers willing to assist, I'll be grateful. It will be my pleasure.
Awesome. So I'm seeing that a Miss Earth team is required for all of you to be able to maintain and to be able to send in things on time, and to do to have your own personal glam squad, your media squad, everyone ready and gearing up for you. So I'm sure there's people who are watching who are ready to be part of your glam squad. Now with the
I need a
competition.
glam squad, please. Glam squad, come to me, please.
That's awesome. So now you guys are in mid competition. I know your end date is November 29th, I believe.
Yes.
So you are in
Mhm.
full gear. So what can people do to vote? How do people vote?
Well, they can go to the
Okay.
Misters Facebook page, and I think maybe also in YouTube, and then it's written vote, and you have to, well, it's per continent, and then you can just put the country that you are voting for, and yeah, it helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. So you just vote on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. And when is voting till? Do we vote
Yes,
till
yeah,
the day, the
yeah.
29th, or when is the closing date for voting? Because I want to vote because I want the crown to come home this year.
Okay, I think the voting is up until the end of the show. So what you just do, like what Aya said, you just go on the Miss F official Facebook, YouTube. You can also visit Instagram and Twitter pages. You just vote for the country you want, and then put the name of the country, and then that's an automatic voting. You can only vote once. Yeah, but I encourage people to vote as many times as they can for us and support their community. They need the vote so much.
So is it one vote per category that you guys are doing, or is it one vote for the whole entire show? How does that voting work?
No, it's one vote by category.
Oh, so I need to vote for the gowns. I need to vote for the fitness and pose. I need to vote for your natural face. Oh, that's
Yes,
so we have
that's it.
chances to vote. Okay, so that's good. That is good. At least there is multiple ways that we can vote, and we have to vote for each categories. Awesome. And I see also in the comments that
Mhm.
Aya, you have also been given a blank check by our one of our Facebook comments there. So, what are your needs? What would you say are your needs right now if you are given that blank check? Who do you need in your team?
Hmm. Well, I would say that right now it's really difficult because all of my videos are almost finished because the date is past, so it's a bit late. But right now, what I need is a lot of support, and it will be fine.
Hmm. So with you guys, I know we've talked about having your own personal team. So this team, is it a team that you guys just rely on for the pageant segment, or is it a team that is just going to be with you till till you said forget it? Like, oh, how long do you need the team for? Is it just strictly for the pageantry?
All right, for me personally, I would say for the
I think,
pageant, I for the pageant.
yeah.
Okay, I would say for the pageant, I need the team and also the platform that we already have been given to become the Miss Earth representative for Zimbabwe. It doesn't mean that the advocacy stops when the Miss Earth 2020 stops. The advocacy continues. So I would really need a team to rely on, even on the next projects that we do. It was going to be a continuous process till I don't know when. For me, I'm always for that. So if there are people who are willing to stay or to stick with me throughout the journey, I'll be grateful.
Awesome. What would you say? Maybe there's someone who is watching who is saying, yeah, I believe in your cause and I get it and I want to do as much as I can for the environment. What would you say to someone like that in their homes? What can we do in our homes right now, right here? What can we do to impact the environment in our own homes?
Well, for me, I think it's all our little actions that matter, but also we can educate the others that are around us. It's really important. If each person will do that, it will have a huge impact for the earth. I think it starts with really simple actions.
Awesome. Lungo, what would you say I can do right now? I keep missing Lungo, but as soon as she comes back in, I want to hear what her needs are. But what would you say a regular person, a regular Zimbabwean citizen, what can they do in their homes to better help the environment?
Thank you so much. I think environmentally, everyone is an environmentalist in their own way. In your own little way, you can contribute to the conservation of Mother Earth. Take, for example, when you pick up litter, that small little act, it goes a long way. And also just like closing the tap when brushing your teeth, it saves a lot of water. So every little thing, incorporating the 5 R's, in everything that we do to make sure that when it comes to waste, we really sort our garbage, and also to practice the 5 R's when we do our day-to-day activities, we reduce the amount of maybe electricity that we consume. We reuse some of the things like using a plastic lunchbox. It means we can still
Mm-hmm.
reuse it other than using disposable lunch boxes. So it's quite a lot. Rethinking our ways, maybe sometimes instead of using firewood, we resort to green fuels. So it's a lot that we can do. Just by the 5 R's, you can come up with something and contribute in your own little way to saving the environment.
I'm loving that. I'm getting to learn that there's 5 R's. I think maybe in primary school or early high school, we only heard reduce, rethink, recycle. But now there's three, there's five, there's two extra ones that I didn't know. So now I think you need to educate on all
Yes.
of us. What are the 5 R's?
Okay, so when you're talking about the 5 R's, they are reduce, recycle, rethink, and there is a respect. Now, I love the respect part of it because it all starts in the home. When we know how to respect ourselves, then we can also know how to respect our environment and make sure that we take decisions that are also for the environment. So, respect, I think, is one of the additions that's really interesting and that is very important in Save Mother Earth.
Respect. Hi, Lungo. I keep missing you, but I wanted to tell you that somebody in the Facebook comments gave you a blank check. So, what do you need in your specific team to make it as Miss Earth South Africa?
First, I have to apologize. We are on holiday as a family. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, so the signal is entirely bad. Not even phones have network. The only thing you can rely on is Wi-Fi. So my deepest and most sincere apologies. So definitely, I think what I do need it hurt to have a few more dresses and maybe another national costume. I think the thing I've realized throughout the competition that I think is costing a lot more is the videographer, the photographer, and trying to have all the pictures and the many videos done for the competition. So I'll definitely use it for dresses and to
Mhm.
pay my team and everyone that has been helping me and supporting me because there is a lot to get done and trying to juggle school because I am working on my
Mm.
honors degree and trying to juggle everything from this earth can be overwhelming. So if I did have a blank check, definitely dresses and just to pay the team of videographers and photographers that have been so helpful and a big part of my journey.
Awesome, awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you guys, your expenses this year might be a little more than usual because everything now is like photos,
We have no
videographers.
idea.
It is crazy, but we are all rooting for you. But I wanted to know that you guys are for 2020. So, what happens at the end of your term? Once you guys are done, do you still continue? What happens after you are done? And you hand the crown to the next Miss Zimbabwe, Miss Ivory Coast, and Miss SA. What's next?
Well, I think it's not the end. We can help the other queens that will be there and continue to raise awareness and everything. I mean, for me, it's just the beginning of a long journey because it gives you visibility to go forward, and you can continue year after year to help the other queen to be prepared for the competition, as well as to help her in for the environment.
Hmm. What about you, to know? Oh, what's next for you after the pageantry is over for you? You're still going to be Miss Earth 2020, but what's next?
For me, this is quite an exciting opportunity. I couldn't be more grateful to be and Miss as boss. The visibility, like what Aya said, that is given is overwhelming. I've had people reaching out to me, like saying, maybe we want to work together concerning mining, we want to work together concerning your cause, we can work together. So I believe that this process is not just ending as we hand over the we have the duty to assist the next queen with their advocacies and their preparation for the pageant. But I also believe that once a queen, always a queen, and me as an environmentalist, I will always be an environmentalist. I'll always be into mining, so I'll always be
Mm-hmm.
advocating for my cause. And I'm really, really hoping that this platform takes me far and that I may find people who may want to work with me on certain projects. And I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten some already, and I'm hoping the best for the future. So this is just exciting, and I just can't wait for what's going to happen in the future.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Lungo? What's next after Miss Earth 2020 is over? What is next for you?
I definitely agree with Tino. Once a queen, always a queen.
Well, I'll come back to Lungo as soon as she comes back. But without wasting too much time, now that we are about to close, what would you say to your next queen that you are handing off to that crown to? Because now they are
Okay.
also ready. What would you say to that next queen that you're handing the crown to?
I would say to the next queen, just go for it. The world is in your hands and it is up to you to make a difference. I would really, really encourage them to come prepared because there is a lot to
Mm-hmm.
expect for us. For us, we need a lot of preparation. Unfortunately, Zimbabwe crowned us maybe the very last minute when Miss Earth International was starting. So if you know
Mm.
that you want to be the next queen, start preparing now and you will make it and learn from what's happening now so that you can have more time to prep yourself and you'll be the best and you're sure to win. Yeah, that would be my advice to the next queen.
Awesome. How about Miss Ivory Coast? What's your advice for your next queen?
Well, I would say that she has to go for it, to do her best, and to be confident in herself because it's really important, and that she will have all of my support, and yeah, to live this as an adventure above all because it's really important to not just see the competition because
Mm-hmm.
it's not just about this, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for having me and having this conversation with me. I think many of us today were educated. I was educated. So, what would be your parting words to everyone who's watching you today before we let you
All
go?
right, to everyone that is watching right now, I really want to encourage them to be good environmental stewards wherever they are. It all starts with the little things. Like what I say, that picking up litter, it all starts with using reusable bottles and lunch boxes. We can always be environmentalists. And I also like to say to the people watching out there, please come and support us. Do follow us on our social media platforms. For me, it's at Tino Kundamoyo, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So please do come follow us, join us, be good environmental stewards wherever you are.
Awesome. How about you, Aya?
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone that's watching us, and I will encourage them to be environmentalist and to be careful for the earth. I think that with the situation, maybe people will more aware about what's happening with the environment, and that we really have to take care of it, and it's really important for our future and for our children. Also, that if all the people which are watching can support us in our journey, it will be amazing. Um, I would love that an African queens have the crown this year. So just support the African country. It will be super for us. So thank you very much, everyone.
Awesome. I know Lungo, her network is dropping because she is currently away. But thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. And we are rooting for you. We're hoping that this year, at least, the crown will come home. So thank you. And everyone who's watching today, thank you. And please go and vote for these ladies on Facebook, Twitter, as well as on YouTube and on the Instagram page at Miss Earth 2020. So thank you so much, ladies, and thank you to everyone who has joined in today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here.